Hi everyone. You might be feeling a bit low, a little bit stuck, and what I'd like to show you today is one powerful technique that I've found that works for me really well, that you can deploy today and going forward in your life to have some really powerful impacts. So what is this technique? It's not magic, it's actually just using the power of your psychology, and quite simply it's writing a letter to yourself from your future self. But let me explain how it works and how I've made the most out of it. And there are really three main ways that you can use this. So the first way is to use this for long-term manifesting. So I just want to tell you a little story about how I used this earlier in my 20s. So I was living in London and it wasn't the easiest time. I was living in a shared house and not much money and really kind of searching around for what I wanted to do in life. I used the technique, so I thought ahead 5 years. So I imagined myself 5 years ahead and I imagined the kind of life I'd like to be leading in as much detail as I could, and I wrote to myself from that point. And one really important thing is to write to yourself really lovingly, almost like a parent, and you're thanking your earlier self for what you've done to get you to the point that you're writing from. So I remember writing about things like my health, fitness levels, the kinds of friendships I wanted, the activities I wanted to be doing, kind of work I wanted to be doing. And then basically cut to 5 years later, I actually found the letter and reread it, and I was amazed at how much of it I'd actually gone on to do and create and manifest in my life. So the key to this really working is to see if you can convince yourself about this future. You need to really believe what you're saying is going to happen and believe the point that you've reached. So this is about really using the power of your imagination to do that and to get into a frame of mind where you can imagine what's possible, imagine the realities of your life and how you will actually get there. And that's how it works, because you're actually using your psychology and your knowledge of your reality and your capabilities. So another way to use this is midterm. So this might be a few months ahead. And an example of this is, for me, I this year have been experiencing a challenging illness, a fatigue type illness, and the doctors have been at a loss as to what it is. And it's been down to me really to get myself better. So I have written to myself from my future, which is still a few months ahead actually, and basically described how I want to be feeling. And what I find exciting is that I'm already almost there, so I'm feeling a lot better. I'm not 100%, but I can tell that the action of writing the letter has kind of given me something to aim for. So yeah, just to add a quick disclaimer that obviously if you're not feeling well, it's really important to get yourself to a doctor and get yourself checked out. But this is something that you could obviously use in a complementary way. So the third way that you can use this is for really short-term events. So it might be something that's happening the next day, for example. might be an important event that you feel maybe a little bit apprehensive about. You really want it to go well. What you can do is imagine just after it and write yourself a message from that time. So imagine that it's gone really well, that you felt great, everything worked out as well as you hoped. And again, it's really amazing how you can actually change the reality and make it what you want it to be. I did this recently with a meeting that I had, and it did go really well, and afterwards I took the time just to think, okay, actually that did really match what I hoped it would be. So one tip is to really go into sensory detail with this writing. Imagine all the 5 senses, the smells, the sounds, bring it into real life, experience it, go into it, really feel it, and that will help to make it real. So I really hope you enjoy this technique and you find it as beneficial as I have. I have really found this powerful, and it's actually one of the main things I use at the moment. Good luck out there, people. Take care.